Journalism with public interest and integrity in mind. By the students, for the students. You're watching RAM TV News.
Good day and welcome back to RAM TV. I'm Kitty Scholl and let's take a look what's going on around campus. The Spirits and Traditions Committee Chair, Andreas Martinez, tells us more about the University Council Program Committee, also known as UCPC. JJ Jones reports.
The Angelo State University Center Program Council puts on more than 50 programs and events per year. Let's talk to Committee Chair Andreas Martinez to find out more about how they do that. The University Center Program Council, or otherwise known as UCPC, is an organization that is run by students for students. You can catch them doing a variety of events ranging from RAM jams, talent shows, and even Create a Critter events. UCPC is comprised of 4 committee chairs: a concert committee, which specializes in RAM jams, a day and night committee, which is in charge of game night and karaoke nights, and an art and film committee, which holds events like Panda Tote Bag and movie nights. Lastly, we have the Spirits and Traditions Committee. Here we have Committee Chair Andreas Martinez with more information on that.
The Spirits and Traditions Chair, we try to branch you off individually into our chairs, not only to meet us, but also to get just a more personal view of what ASU is versus it not only being a university, but also being a family, a community.
Being a part of UCPC means getting to suggest or recommend events and programs to host. So if you're interested in becoming involved with UCPC, they offer a membership where you can earn points by helping set up or attending their biweekly committee chair meetings.
You will earn points gradually over time, and you can exchange points. You don't lose your points when you earn enough, but you can exchange points to redeem later on for rewards or AK swag with us, like backpacks, battery packs, caps, hats, etc.
If you are interested in joining UCPC or catching one of their events, you can follow them on Instagram at Angelo State UCPC. This has been JJ Jones with RAM TV, and thank you for watching.
Thanks, JJ. The Tri Beta Biological Honor Society is teaming up with Valiant to meet the ongoing need for blood donations. They're looking for people interested in donating to positively impact the community and help meet the need for blood products across West Texas. Appointments are highly encouraged, but walk-ins are also allowed based on availability. There are some donation perks like free t-shirts, coupons, snacks, and possible extra credit for students, but be sure to check with your professors beforehand. The drive will run on Wednesday, April 29th and Thursday, April 30th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the College Hills Baptist Church. It is free to donate. After the break, we go to Tiana Montag, who interviews Brian Belinsky, who is a singer-songwriter from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm joined with Brian Belinsky, who is a singer and songwriter based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. So to start out, you've played over 2,000 shows. So does it feel exciting when you walk on stage, or has that changed at all?
Absolutely. It's always exciting. It's a great feeling. Nothing like it. It's one of the reasons why I'm still doing it.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And so when you first step on stage, what's going through your head in that moment?
You know, mostly I hope that people will like me. That's kind of, I get that, you know, I'm just excited to, you know, put on a good show. It's exciting. It still gets a little scary sometimes depending on, you know, what kind of the vibes are of a place. But usually it's great. But yeah, you know, I'm always, you know, I'm serious about putting on a good show.
Gotcha. And then so what do you enjoy most about performing, like the music itself, or is it like connecting with the crowd and the audience?
You know, a little bit of both. I mean, I love playing my songs, but interacting with the audience is definitely a huge part of it, because I've seen a lot of musicians and they don't really, you know, they don't even say thank you when people clap, but I am like the complete opposite. I like to, you know, ask the crowd questions. Sometimes I'll have them vote on which songs I should do. It's stuff like that, just fun stuff. You know, they get to join in. Ask them to join in with clapping and singing along, so it's definitely an interactive thing. I love talking to the audience.
Gotcha. And then, so for someone who's never been to your show before, what is kind of like the vibe and like what are they gonna expect?
Well, you know, the latest album's called Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 4, and there are 4 volumes of it, so I try to live up to my name. It's kind of like, you know, a lot of the songs are quirky is what some people have said, and you know, it's just the kind of thing that people can check their stress and anxieties at the door, come in, enjoy a Brian's Super Happy Fun Time concert, and leave with smiles on their faces.
Nice. So, for someone going to a concert and they've never heard you before, where should they start within your music?
You know, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3 is a great place to start. They're two of the most popular songs I have. I'm Your Super Mario and Rock the Library are on that one. So that's definitely a good starting point.
Okay. And then, so you're currently on tour. So is this like the end of your tour or like kind of in the middle?
Actually, it's the very beginning. So I'm on week 4. It's going 5 months. So, you know, I'm from North Carolina, so I've played shows all along the way, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas. Now I'm in Texas. So then I'm going to the West Coast, dipping down into Mexico for some shows, up the West Coast, dipping into Canada for some shows, and then just making basically like a great big circle back to North Carolina, and that's what I usually do.
Gotcha. So then, since it's the beginning, do you have any plans for after the tour? Like, what's next after that?
Absolutely. So I'll be back in Charlotte in August. I'm taking a couple weeks off to record Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 5, and then I'm hitting the road again from September all the way till the end of the year. I'll be back on tour in the U.S., and then starting January 2027, I'm going back to Europe again for a few months on tour over there.
Gotcha. So when you go on tours, is it like the same route every time, or do you pick different cities throughout that route?
You know, it's a little different every time. There's kind of like, you know, a basic outline that I like to do. And I mean, after doing this for several years, there's a lot of clubs that I have a good relationship with, and I know they're going to be there every time. But then, you know, I get some new places that I've never played at before. You know, sadly, some places close down, so I have to try to find, you know, new spots when that happens. But there's always like a bunch of new clubs opening up too. So, but yeah, there's kind of a set line. I mean, and Texas is definitely always a big part of it.
Absolutely. Texas is huge. And then, so I have 2 last questions. So if you could describe your music in like one word, what would it be?
Fun.
Fun. Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then my last question is, where can people find you, like on social media or anything?
Absolutely. So my official website is brianssuperhappyfuntime.com, and that's Brian with a Y. And then from there, there's links to everything else on the internet. You know, all the social media channels, YouTube, all the music streaming channels. So the brianssuperhappyfuntime.com is a good one-stop shop. It's got my tour calendar on there, which there are currently 150 dates on the calendar, upcoming shows, and always adding more to the calendar at all times.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Just that it's been great. I love San Angelo. It's I had a great time playing here in San Angelo, as I always do at the Garden Lounge, and you know, I've always look fondly forward to us making a tour stop here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now we go to Jesslyn Juanillo with Everything in Entertainment.
Thanks, Tiana. Hello, Ram Fam. Our graduating senior art students have come a long way from their freshman days at ASU's art department and wants to show us how far they've come. Join them for free at the Car Education Fine Arts Building for Graduation Senior Art Exhibition. From April 27th to May 1st, see the graduating seniors in studio art from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Other students from graphic design will also have their own exhibition on May 4th through the 8th. And for more studio art from May 11th to the 15th at the exact same times. And that's all, Ram Fam. I'll see y'all next time.
Thanks, Jesslyn. The annual Block and Bridal Claybird Shoot is on Sunday, April 26th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Registration begins at 8 a.m. and the event kicks off at 9 a.m. Entry for each shooter is $125 per person. Participants will enjoy a day of sporting clays, friendly competition, and the opportunity to support ASU's Block and Bridal Club. Lunch will be provided. The Block and Bridal Club is one of the largest student organizations on campus and is also in charge of ASU's Rambulette Ram mascot, Dominic. Now we go to Liva Deanda with the weather.
Thanks, Katie. Now let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. For Monday, we have a high of 95 degrees with a low of 70. There will be some partly cloudy skies and some fogs in the early mornings. Going into Tuesday, we have a high of 90 and a low of 84. Some clouds in the morning will disappear later on in the day. Going into Wednesday, we have a high of 84 degrees with a low of 62. There is a 36% chance of rain in the afternoon. For Thursday, we have a high of 77 degrees with a low of 55. There's a 55% chance of rain throughout the day. Now for Friday, we have a high of 72 degrees with a low of 49 with some partly cloudy skies. And that's your look at the 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, Livia. After the break, we go to Katie Hinojosa with all things ASU sports.
What's up, Ram fam? Let's take a look at what's going on in ASU sports. We begin with the Ram Bell's tennis team, who unfortunately ended their winning streak on Saturday when they lost to UT Tyler 2-5. However, they came back on Sunday when they won against UT Dallas 7-0, bringing them to a 20-1 overall. The Rams and Ram Bell's track and field teams competed in 3 different meets this weekend and tallying up 15 provisionals. The Rams baseball team were in New Mexico this weekend, where they won all 4 games against Eastern New Mexico, bringing them to a 32-14 overall. Meanwhile, the Ram Bell's softball team traveled to Austin and San Antonio, where they also won all 4 games against St. Edward's and St. Mary's. Next, Aubrey Aguilar goes to the Foster Field to interview 2 senior baseball players about their game against West Texas A&M.
The San Jose Rams and West Texas A&M go head-to-head in a 4-game series where every pitch matters.
I had the opportunity to interview 2 seniors about their game against the West Texas A&M Buffs. To start, I asked how they would describe their performance in the last game.
You know, it was a good performance, especially as a group, as a whole. When we started to struggle a little bit, we had guys step up and do their job, and that's what it takes sometimes.
I don't really remember what I did, but we won, so I guess it was good enough.
From there, I followed up by asking about a personal highlight.
Well, okay, the night before would be the Grand Slam, and then I guess the last game, it would definitely just seeing certain guys come in a role and just taking over and just doing what they are always been able to do their whole career here. So seeing that was also good, especially getting late into the season. We're about to finish up.
Maybe just getting the clutch hit at the end and on Sunday's game. Felt like we really needed that, and put us up 1 run, and then we kind of took off from there to get a 5-run lead and eventually the win, so say that.
Looking ahead, I then asked what they are focusing on improving before the next game.
This next game, just continuing to keep the guys' heads up, especially with being as a team and not being separated, more just make sure we're all together and have each other's back. And then also, I mean, we're figuring things out, and this is about the time where the Rams start to figure things out and go a long way in playoffs, and probably we're going back to Cary, so get used to it.
Just continuing what I'm doing right now, just sticking to my approach, and just trying to execute that every at-bat.
In addition, I wanted to know their goals for the rest of the season.
For sure. The rest of the season, I mean, go get back on our plane, go back to Cary and win a national championship again. That's the goal.
Just try to play good every pitch, execute my approach, don't take any pitches off, stay focused, and just have fun my last year of baseball here.
Finally, to lighten the mood, I asked if there were any funny moments they've had with the team.
Well, so this is my last year, and I think I got a lot from each year. For sure, I have a lot for this year. I think the funniest one right now is just hanging out with my teammates every day. It's always something new. It's never the same day every day, I'll tell you that. But it's always just good to be around them as much as I possibly can and just build new memories with them.
I'd probably just say, honestly, this past weekend with all the rain and stuff, we had a lot of delays and everything. I think it was Saturday. We had a little story time where we shared some personal stories with each other and the team, and there were some funny ones, and that was a good time.
This has been Aubrey Aguilar of the Ram TV. Thank you.
Thanks, Aubrey. Now let's take a look at everything coming up in ASU sports. The Ram Bell's tennis team has a busy week as they compete against Lubbock Christian on Friday before traveling to Odessa to compete against UT Permian on Saturday. Then they travel to Arlington to compete in the Lone Star Conference Thursday through Sunday. The Rams baseball team will be home as they compete against Cameron University Friday through Sunday, wrapping up the regular season. And lastly, the Ram Bell softball team will be home as they compete against Lubbock Christian on Friday and Midwestern State on Sunday. That's everything in ASU sports. Another impressive sport here at ASU is powerlifting. Valeria Caro gives us a chance to talk to them about their achievements. Let's take a look.
We could have our very own Superman or Superwoman here at ASU, and they could be on the powerlifting team. I had the privilege to talk to the Rams powerlifting president to talk about their achievements this year. Let's take a look. Powerlifting has always been a very popular sport in high school. Continuing that on in college is very important for President Brandon Salazar of the Rams powerlifting team. Here is what he had to say.
Powerlifting is really just an organization of a group of kids that competed in high school and want to continue competing in powerlifting in high school or college. So Ram Powerlifting is an organization that focuses on the powerlifting sport. It is kind of a big thing in high school, and continuing it on in collegiate is something that we really hone on and hone into.
Aside from their family dynamic and their love for success and community, they're also very successful in bringing home multiple medals. For the past years, powerlifting has brought home over 10 different medals and has sent 7 different students in multiple collegiate competitions, such in raw women and equipped women, raw men and equipped men.
We could constantly have people winning gold medals in our program.
If you're interested in this student organization, go to ASURamsPowerlifting.com. This has been Val Cara with Ram TV. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, Val. The Angelo State University is hosting its Spring 2026 Research Symposium on Friday, May 1st. This free showcase is a great opportunity to see some of the research ASU undergraduate and graduate students have been working on and allows the students the chance to present their research and creative work to the campus community. The undergraduate symposium is open from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. and the graduate student symposium is open from 4 to 5:15 in the C.J. Davidson Conference Center. Well, that's it for this week's news. My name is Katie Scholl. For more Ram TV content, you can visit Ram TV's YouTube channel by looking up Ram Media. Thank you for watching and have a great week.